Season 3. Did you hear me? I said Season 3. We are at our third season in 2020. Fret Sisters are here. We hope you enjoy. Thanks for listening. And hit that follow button.
What is good, everybody, and welcome to Between Frets, a space where female musicians meet and discuss all things music. I am Shawn Marshall, and yes, the new year has fallen upon us in a good way. It is now our newest season, Season 3. Now, we've been here in this podcast for like a very short period of time and already in Season 3. That is so awesome, and we're about to reach to our 1-year anniversary since we launched Fret Sisters. So this has been like a great milestone for us since we started this, and more things is going to come to us during the year of 2020. So make sure you follow us on our social media for updates and upcoming events where we're going to be landing or appearing. Hint, hint. And also go to our merch store at fretsisters.storenvy.com. Check out our merch for our Fret Sister and our Between Frets brands. You will bring home souvenirs, I would say. And also, we just heard sad news, the death of a NBA legend, Kobe Bryant, and his daughter. One of his daughters, I would say. And this is a very tragic loss, and us Fret Sisters are sending prayers, condolences to his wife and the family. When I first heard about the news and it shocked all of us, I was completely speechless. But please, everyone, if you love someone like your parents or a spouse or significant other, please hold on to them. Spend every waking moment, because you never know, you will not be able to see it again. But anywho, here's the fluffy good side of this things. 2020 has been great for all of us. Make sure you check out one of our own, Nicole Rose. She just released her first children's book, and I saw pictures and everything, and it is remarkable. Make sure you follow her on her social media, and so you'll know where you're going to get this great children's book. Make sure you check that book out. It's amazing. Also, those that want to improve some things, I just released a 2020 challenge. I have this ebook, like a quick fire exercises, and it's 20 exercises. And it will help not only improve dexterity, it will work on improved precision, control, and agility. Make sure you check on our IGTV of the video of the 2020 challenge. There's more information on how to do this 2020 challenge. Now, it's 20 exercises, 20 minutes a day, 20 days. And now I'm almost close to the end of the challenge, and so far I have been improving myself. So if you want to check something, the progress on each day that I've been doing this, make sure you follow me on my Instagram. It's Shawn Music Official. And when we come back, we're going to kick the interview off with one of the artists that have been supporting us since day one, Mo Sheerin. So stay tuned. Want to start a podcast but don't have equipment nor money? Well, try out Anchor. Anchor is a free app that gives you everything you need in one place, which you can use right from your phone or computer. They distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. Oh, and didn't I tell you that it is completely free? That is the magic word, free. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And we're back. I'm here with today's guest. She's a guitarist for a heavy rock and roll band, with kicker, a tutor, and a music journalist for My Global Mind magazine. Please welcome Dublin, Ireland own Mo Sheerin. Hello, Mo. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. First, thank you for joining in with us. You was actually one of the first to respond when we first started doing daily posts and when we first launched our company, Fret Sisters. Yeah, and you were the first one that mentioned it, and we just like reposting and featuring you. So you are like our very first.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. I remember when you guys first started, and now like look at it. It's so good.
Yeah, I was like, you were like responding to our whatever thing that we have each day, and you come up and doing these videos. It's kind of like somebody's challenging themselves each genre and just putting videos up. So that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's good. Like the support that you guys give to women in the music industry in general, it's absolutely phenomenal. And it's like the only kind of female-based kind of Instagram page for musicians on Instagram that I've ever actually kind of came across. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah. So let's get started. Let's just go back to memory lane and anything like in your childhood. Like, what is your earliest memory of music, or did you just come from a musical family?
I didn't really come from a musical family. I mean, like, my family, none of them play instruments, to be honest, but I was always like musically kind of minded. So my first memory of music was pretty much like listening to Guns N' Roses whenever I was a kid, like whenever I was like early teens. I shouldn't have been, I don't know how I managed to be able to listen to it, but yeah, I just remember like listening to Guns N' Roses and being obsessed with them, and that's where it pretty much all started. Like that's when I said like, that's what I want to do.
Wow.
I first, like in school, you know, I was always keen on music in general. The first instrument I think I played was cello, and I played that I played it for a few months, but back then I had really bad like scoliosis, back problems. So for me to be able to play that instrument was it was ridiculous in terms of posture, etc. Because I didn't have a posture because my back was so heavily affected. So I kind of just migrated after I got the surgery, etc. I kind of migrated towards learning guitar, and I've always wanted to do it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So when you said about Guns N' Roses, do you think Slash was like one of your musical influences on guitar?
The whole band was, realistically. I mean, like I'll always appreciate Slash. He's not one of my main influences right now, but as a kid, like that whole band, like I literally just looked at them like they were gods.
That is so awesome. So were you like self-taught, or did you took any lessons?
I took some lessons. I had two tutors. One was pretty much obsessed with Bob Dylan, and you know, like he was great at teaching acoustic, you know, the basics, chords and stuff. And then I went into another tutor who was teaching a friend of mine at the time. And the first thing he taught me was like Rainbow, Since You've Been Gone. And so like he was teaching me all these Slayer riffs and Metallica and, you know, stuff that I really wanted to learn, like arpeggiations and old classical flamenco tunes. So I was pretty happy with him. And then I just kind of migrated and, you know, started teaching myself and like, you know, pushing myself to do it.
That is great. Can you just give us a little explanation, like what your first gig experience?
My first gig was in my hometown, and it was in Enniskillen, and it was with a grunge band called Savage Rabbits, and I was the bassist actually at that point. So yeah, it wasn't the best. There was a few minor. Well, I say minor. There was a few mishaps along the way, but you know, a gig's a gig, and I was just happy to play along.
Well, that kind of led me to my next question. Like everybody had their mishaps on stage, even from the first years. So, like, their amp got caught on fire, and then there's the string. So, can you like tell us a little funny moments on that?
I think, well, at that gig, I remember one person literally like borrowed my bass for. It was really like such an easy thing to fix. Like I just should have tuned it, but like back then I was nervous. I was just really ridiculously shy. And I remember one guy literally like took my bass because he forgot to bring his to his own gig, which is just okay. Looking back at it now, I'm like, hey, why didn't you bring your own bass? And then he took it, dropped the tuning, and gave it back to me. And so I went on stage not thinking about the tuning, just because I figured like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And through the first 4 songs or so, I was playing in a completely different tuning and completely like, you know, it sets you off when you're that young as well. It's completely like, you kind of just freeze up on stage. Obviously now that I'm a little bit older, it's literally like, okay, I know how to fix that problem. Don't let people take your instruments, you know?
Yeah, that is a great lesson to learn.
Jesus.
Don't let no one mess up your gear, for real.
No touchy, no touchy.
So when you've been playing a lot of bands and stuff like that, do you have any like solo projects in the works?
No solo projects. I mean, at the moment, I'm literally just focusing on the duets, the jazz duet, and the Witch Kicker crew. And I'm absolutely like, I'm just so happy with the way things are going with those two.
So do you like consider your style of music, if you have one? So what do you consider your style?
Very melodic. Trying to take in my influences, which would be Andy Timmons, Alan Holdsworth, Steve Morse. Like, I like a lot of older fusion heads back in the day. I always try and be a little bit more this question always bothers me. I don't know why. Because it's like, I just have like a bibliography, like an encyclopedia of like inspirations, and they all kind of merge into my playing.
Yeah.
So long as I mean, jazz and blues is always a huge. Like, I remember Stevie Ray Vaughan has always been in there. The chords that he uses, Bill Frisell, he's an amazing Telecaster player. So I'd always take him into account as well with my clean stuff.
So, like, when did it just, like, hit you, like, oh, my God, I just want to do music for a living, like, actually doing gigs or getting paid to do music? Like, which do you enjoy the most when you, like, just, like, hit you?
I think it's when I started teaching, to be honest, because it was basically like, oh, I can actually make money out of this. I can actually, yeah. And, you know, the old saying, like, oh, those that can't do, teach. Well, whatever. I just went and started. I can do and I can teach. So, I just started teaching, and my passion is to kind of share music in general. So to be able to teach people how to play guitar and to teach people, like especially children, I love teaching kids music. And I just love being able to share music, share my happiness, and share what makes me happy to other people.
Yeah, because especially sharing your music and sharing music and teaching them, it does make a great difference, especially with kids. And that's that's what we like definitely enjoy the most. If we teach them young, and their passion of music will be much more, like they'd be more passionate about it.
Definitely. And in this day and age, like, you know, the music that's kind of being released, you know, it's kind of important to keep the traditional and keep the, you know, just the earlier influences that we all had, you know, in the kids' mind, the new generation's mind.
Yes. So the next question that I'm going to ask you, and this is a very fun question. I'm gonna keep it fun. So let's just tell us about you off stage. Like, if you're not doing music, you're not teaching, what do you enjoy doing?
I'm literally like, oh my God, what don't I do in terms of music these days? I literally, like, if I'm not doing anything musical, if I'm not teaching, if I'm not working, if I'm not writing, if I'm not practicing or rehearsing, I literally just watch movies, I eat food, I go and meet my friends for, you know, a couple of pints, because let's face it, I'm in Ireland, of course I'm going to have a pint. So, yeah. I like to travel a lot, and that's pretty much it. I pretty much 24/7 live around music. I have to, because it's my income.
Exactly, you better make that check.
Yep. Gotta pay rent in Dublin.
Yeah. So, us Fret Sisters, yes, we are gearheads. And so what is your like go-to rig when you gigging?
To be honest, I mean, like I know everybody has their opinions on them right now, but the Boss Katana is literally, it's so good. I have the 100 watt right now, and it's caters to literally every need that I have in terms of metal, in terms of jazz, in terms of blues, everything. It is so versatile, surprisingly. Because, you know, when it was first released, everybody was like, oh, the katana, 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 katana.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, come on. Like, it's surely not that good. And I got one from a really good friend of mine, Michael. I swapped it with my Laney head at the time. He swapped it for the katana. And it was a steal. I'm so happy with the way it is. But I've always wanted a Laney Ironheart as well, and an EVH 5150.
Wow. Well, I'm definitely I'm definitely going to research the Boss Contender, because I've been researching that too, especially when I'm upgrading my amp. And
no, you really should. Like, it's pretty cheap too. Like, I mean, I think they retail around, I don't know about dollars or anything like that, but I think they retail for around 200 to 300.
Yeah.
And they're perfect. They're so lightweight. They're just perfect.
Yeah, and good. I don't have to carry my heavy Line 6 Spider 4 around, because that amp was heavy.
Oh, God.
So I need something more like lightweight, but actually punch in so much power.
Yeah. Seriously, do invest in it, because like I'm trying to like convert everybody to a katana. It just makes, like, if you're gigging regularly, it just makes so much more sense.
Yeah. So do you have any advice for other artists that's coming up on how to navigate in this music business, especially us women that's been dealing with this male dominant world?
Mm-hmm. Keep pushing. And you know, you're going to get people that are going to question your motives, going to question the way you play, going to question, and you know, they're going to pass it off as you know, constructive criticism, when it's actual they're just being assholes. Mm-hmm. I just think that keep pushing. You're on your own musical path, so just keep doing what you do. Keep doing what makes you feel happy, and keep pushing, keep working, and just keep going. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to hold your hand. You have to do the work yourself.
Yeah, exactly. This business is very unforgiving.
Yeah, it really is, especially for us women, man. We're either, like, I always say that women are either made more significant because you're a woman, or less significant. We're kind of slowly but surely getting into a middle ground these days.
Yeah.
With thanks to the people like you.
So can you tell our listeners like where they can find you on social media or website?
My name is Mo Sheerin _guitarist on Instagram, and I have a music tuition page on Facebook too. It's literally Mo Sheerin Music Tuition. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
We'll definitely put those in our show notes once we release it. So
thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gents. I would like to thank Mo Sheerin for joining in with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Especially like we're overseas. This is amazing. I love this app.
It's so cool. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, lagging or anything.
So make sure you stay tuned for a few other episodes of Between Frets, and make sure you follow us on social media. And once again, I'm Shawn Marshall, and you have a great day. Bye.
Hey, Riff Girl, what's our riff today? Let's give a little something what you're about to play. Hey!
Hey, Jenny Jam here with the first Riff Girl of season 3, inspired by Cameo in B minor. Hope you enjoy. If you want to learn more about this lick, hit us up on Facebook or Instagram at Fret Sisters, or email us at fretsistersmusic@gmail.com. Peace and love.